Welcome to this tutorial of GNU Screen. Screen is It has some great features. It allows you to create and manage many terminals. Name your terminals. Receive an alert when a process prints. A separate clipboard between screen terminals. Long-lasting terminal sessions and receive an alert when a process stops printing. Screen's defaults aren't great, so before starting it we'll first customize it. Create a file named .screenrc in your home directory and add the below contents to it. You can also download it from the link in the description. This line tells Screen we'll be using the bash shell. We don't need to see the default startup screen. This is what the startup screen looks like. Use UTF-8 so we can print emojis and other Unicode characters. Screen has its own scroll bar. Hard status shows the managed terminals on a separate line. This option enables it, and the next one ensures it is always shown. I don't understand the configuration string. We'll see its effects when we start Screen. Let's now start Screen. This is a new screen. The black line at the bottom is the status line. This screen is now managing only one terminal. We create a new terminal by typing Ctrl and A together, then type C. This is Terminal 1. Let's create a third terminal. Here we are. Creating terminals is great, but how do we switch between them? There are three ways to switch between terminals. The first way is to cycle forward or backward. Next, you can switch directly by its index, and finally, you can switch by its name. The command to move to the previous terminal is Ctrl-AP. Terminals cycle. So moving backward from the first terminal takes you to the last. The command for next terminal is Ctrl-AN. We can also switch to a terminal by its index. For example, this terminal's index is 2. To switch to terminal 1, we type Ctrl-A1. Let's go. Ctrl-D exits a terminal. When a terminal exits, other terminal indexes do not change. See? Terminal 2 is still 2. There's a gap. A newly created terminal will have index 1. You can change a terminal's number with Ctrl:*number n, where n is the new index. Let's make this one 7. Having several terminals, all named bash, can quickly get unwieldy. Screen lets us name terminals. I usually reserve my first 2 terminals for Python and reading man pages. To name a terminal, use Ctrl-I, uppercase A and type the name. Let's call this terminal demo. We can switch to a terminal by name using Ctrl, a single quote followed by the name. A unique prefix is sufficient. Let's now turn to notifications. Screen offers 2 kinds of notifications. Notifications on chatter and notifications on silence. We'll kick off both, but since the silence notification triggers only when there's 30 seconds of silence, we'll start and attend to it in time. Note that orchestrating both these alerts is challenging. We work hard producing these videos. Let's create a chatter notification. To monitor a terminal, use Ctrl-M. Note the status message below. Now let's sleep for 40 seconds and print chatter. This is the silence screen. Enable silence monitoring with controller_. Look at the status line. Expect the chatter notification in 3, 2, 1. There. The @ symbol indicates activity. We sleep for a few seconds, printing every second before waiting for the silence notification. While that happens, let's explore a great screen feature. Suppose you've SSH'd into a server. You run some jobs there when, unexpectedly, your session terminates. What happens with the running processes? With Screen, the processes will continue to run and you can rejoin where you left off. Intentionally exiting your current screen while leaving its terminals as is known as detaching. You detach Screen with Ctrl+AD. To see the list of screens, run Screen-ls. To reattach to a running screen, use Screen-RID where ID is the screen's process ID listed above. Since there's only one screen, we can restore without any arguments to -R. As with switching terminals, any unique prefix is sufficient to restore your desired screen. The silence notification should trigger now. There. Let's quickly visit the alerting terminals. And with that, we come to the end of this tutorial. You can get help within Screen by typing $? As you see, there are many commands. The highlighted commands are ones we explored in this tutorial. Exploring the rest, I leave in your most capable hands. Happy experimenting and good luck!